It was just a wonderful event. I think we were all there for the same reason, to celebrate the country we love, the county we think is the best in the state, and the cities that we know are the best in Florida.
Fireworks over the runways at the Flagler Executive Airport drew about 15,000 people on Sunday. Representative Paul Renner was there to welcome veterans, and officials from Flagler Beach, Bunnell, Palm Coast, and the county all showed up to celebrate Independence Day together. Palm Coast Mayor David Alfin said it was a historic event.
Because it's the very first time that we brought together the county and the cities to collaborate on an extravaganza of this magnitude. And I think that I heard Speaker-designate Paul Renner say it best. It was such a wonderful time enjoyed by so many different people that this is the thing that makes it worthwhile serving as an elected official. This is the moment where all of the difficult parts of being an official go by the wayside, and we enjoy our community, we enjoy our neighbors, we enjoy our friends, we enjoy our community.
Fireworks over the runways also featured a military flyby with vintage warbirds, coordinated by Airport Director Roy Seeger, 16 elected officials reading from the Declaration of Independence, live music, and Flagler Tourism picked up the tab for a fireworks spectacular to cap off the evening. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. A horrific three-vehicle crash near the Flagler Beach Bridge at State Road 100 and John Anderson Boulevard left 4 people hospitalized, including a child. One of the vehicles involved was a Jeep that flipped over onto its roof, and 2 of its occupants were thrown from the vehicle. Flagler County Fire Rescue, the Flagler County Sheriff's Office, and the Flagler Beach Police Department all responded to the incident, which took place around 11 in the morning yesterday. The Florida Highway Patrol is now in charge of the ongoing investigation.
I'm losing, if not my North Star, at least my Pegasus. And I think the community is too.
That's Pierre Tristram, executive editor of Flagler Live, who's reflecting on the departure of his friend, colleague, and competitor, Brian Mcmillan. After more than a decade, Mcmillan has left his post as executive editor of the Palm Coast Observer. Tristram further wished Mcmillan well.
He's doing what he must, honorably and courageously, leaving something he loves for something his family needs, and, as he says, opening the way for others at the Observer to advance. Brian and I started our mutual enterprises almost simultaneously 12 years ago. We have been rivals, colleagues, and friends since. We beat up each other, looked out for each other, admired each other, and I don't think we would have managed to do what we have to the extent that we have without each other.
Mcmillan says there was always room for more than one in the journalism space in Flagler County, and he'll miss his time in that space.
His thought that we've made each other better is totally true. That competition, same thing with what you've done with WNZF, as long as people don't let their egos get in the way, the competition's good for us, and it certainly is good for the community, and that's really what we're for. So it's been an amazing 12 years. I'll probably look back when I'm 90 years old and retire that this was probably my best job I ever had, and I'm so grateful for every moment that I've had and grateful for the outpouring of support.
Mcmillan will go on to serve as operations manager for a friend's construction company based in Utah, but he'll continue to call Palm Coast home. He says he looks forward to the transition from editor to loyal reader. Jonathan Simmons will take over the managing editor's role, becoming only the second managing editor in the outlet's history. Mcmillan will continue to co-host Free for All Friday on WNZF through July, and will co-host Free for All political forums this month at the Palm Coast Community Center. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
Palm Coast is bolstering its cybersecurity safeguards to comply with a new state law.
IT Director Doug Akins summarizes the provisions of the law that took effect last Friday.
It requires local governments to adopt cybersecurity standards that safeguard the local government's data, information technology, and information technology resources. For a city our size, that deadline for us is January 1st, 2024. And also requires state agency and local government employees to undergo certain cybersecurity training within 30 days of employment and annually thereafter.
The law also forbids governments from paying any ransomware demands. Aiken says cybersecurity is a balancing act between ease of use and protection.
If we want to be totally secure, we can just unplug the networks, give the calculators back to finance, and go back to the way we always did things. But that's not really a reality in the way we live nowadays. So it's really about risk management. But it's important to understand that attacks are not 100% preventable, but we do our best to make sure we are secure against those attacks.
The city is hoping to add a new cybersecurity staff position and hire a firm to conduct a cybersecurity review. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Rich Petchke.
Advent Health Palm Coast works hard to improve the health of the community. Part of that ensures the city's residents are well fed. Chaplain Nay Ramirez says the hospital provides ongoing financial support to Grace Community Food Pantry in Bunnell, and they're collecting funds to donate to Flagler Radio's $1 million food-a-thon.
And this time, of course, we're going to join the efforts, and our team here in our hospital is very motivated to donate to this cause. We are already fundraising from every department, and they're looking forward to that day to come on big to support this initiative because, it's supporting one another as part of our mission.
Flagler Broadcasting's $1 million food-a-thon seeks to raise enough funds to provide $400 worth of food to every family in need in Flagler County.
I encourage people in the community to be part of this great initiative and support the ministry of Pastor Silano.
Donations are accepted through this Friday. Visit flaglerbroadcasting.com for more information. If you're heading to the beach this summer, make sure you stay safe.
There are several situations experts say you need to be aware of when getting into the water this summer. One situation is knowing when to get away from the water if you hear thunder or see lightning.
If you hear thunder, you are in range of the lightning. So if you start hearing thunder, there's no need to freak out, but when you start hearing thunder, it's time to start thinking about a safer location to go. Like if you're out on the beach, out on a boat or something like that, like a kayak or something, there's some place where you're very vulnerable to a lightning strike outside on a flat open area. If you start hearing thunder, it's time to move to a safer location.
And Bob Pickering, Flagler Emergency Management Specialist, explains what to do if you encounter a rip current.
Especially folks, if you have folks in from out of town and are not familiar with the ocean, let's make sure they understand how to get out of a rip current. If you get caught in one, you want to swim parallel to the beach and then swim to the shore. It can be a little scary because you're getting pulled out to sea very rapidly, but if you just go parallel to the shore or just go with the flow, just tread water till you get out of it, then swim parallel to the beach and then swim back to shore at an angle away from the current. You don't want to swim back into it.
For more tips, go to cityofFlaglerBeach.com. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
What is the job of a fire rescue administrator?
A local deputy chief says to administer everything a department needs. Coming off the 4th of July holiday, when you might have seen fire rescue out doing its job, Flagler Fire Rescue's Deputy Chief Percy Sales said he has to make sure that everything works for the department.
All of those little day-to-day stuff, those are things that you administratively have to do, plan, budget for. It's not quite as sexy as running a call, but without fire administration, things would come to kind of a halt.
Sales was on a recent episode of Common Grounds and said that he started years ago as a firefighter and worked his way into administration. You can listen to Common Grounds on Sunday mornings at 10 here on WNZF or anytime on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, Percy Sales says the Help Wanted sign is out. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.